A new development following the crash that killed 7 motorcyclists in New Hampshire. A lawsuit has now been formally filed against Westfield Transport and the driver behind the wheel that day, Volodymyr Zhukovskyy. A victim from Western Mass who was hurt in that crash is holding both Zhukovskyy and his previous employer responsible for his injuries. Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo is here now. Audrey, I know you sat down with that attorney today.
Beth, John Hammond and I looked through that complaint that was filed late last night. He says he's expecting the case to go to trial within the next 2 years and that his client, who survived the crash, is now facing staggering medical costs.
We entered the case in Superior Court in Springfield.
Though the trailer crash that killed 7 motorcyclists last month happened in New Hampshire, attorney John Hammond has filed the lawsuit against West Springfield driver Volodymyr Zhukovskyy and Westfield Transport in Massachusetts.
The parties that we represent are all located in Massachusetts. The defendants are all located in Massachusetts.
Hammond says the best way to get justice for the injured Dalton native Joshua Morin is to try the case before a jury of his client's true peers.
We think that a jury in Massachusetts is going to be more empathetic to this situation.
The same peers he expects will judge Zhukovsky's troubled driving history harshly.
I think they're going to come down hard on the defendants in this case.
According to the complaint, Morin suffered compound fractures, road rash, and other injuries requiring surgery, medical expenses totaling nearly $500,000. But as to the dollar amount Hammond is seeking in the case, that's still to be determined.
You can't truly determine that figure until you know the long-term effects, the full extent of the injury, and we don't know how this is going to impact his life.
Also listed as a client on the case, Morin's wife, Joyanne.
Loss of services from the spouse, loss of assistance from the spouse, the loss of society.
Hammond expects the paperwork to be served and land in the hands of Westfield Transport and Zhukovsky's lawyers within the next day. But he says he's not stopping there.
Beyond any question of a doubt, there will be a claim against the RMV. I'm not certain at this point in time whether the Connecticut DMV is at fault. We would amend this complaint. We will amend the complaint. It's not a question of if.
Hammond says no other survivors of the crash or family members of those who lost their lives have reached out to him yet, but he says he's willing to assist them as best he can if they were to step forward seeking help. Zhukovskyy remains behind bars in New Hampshire. Reporting live in studio, Audrey Russo for Western Mass News.